You have now tuned into Insight Sundays, the show that brings you relevant news, youth and political topics with a new direction and focus for our communities. Log in with Facebook and get connected. Here's your host, Adrian Mickens.
Good evening, Indiana, and welcome to another edition of Insight Sundays right here on WHNB TV 40. I'm your host, Adrian Mickens, and as always, we have to acknowledge all of our sponsors, which are Andrew J. Brown Academy, Indiana Christian Leadership Conference, or ICLC, Ramey and Haley Attorneys at Law, B-Men Incorporated, Alpha Foundation for the Youth, Buttons and Bows Hair Salon, Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus, Hair Artistry Indy, Inner Beauty Program Incorporated, New Breed of Youth, First Achieve the Challenges for Excellence, Q Hair Spa, The Reset Center, Beach Grove Bible Church, and Sam Ash Music Store. Stay connected with us on all of our social media platforms, which is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, all at the title name of @Insight Sundays. Again, that is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, all at the title name of @Insight Sundays, as well as you can download the Insight Sundays mobile app on the App Store and Google Play Store. Again, you can download the Insight Sundays mobile app on the App Store and Google Play Store. As always, Indiana, we have another spectacular show for you guys this week. As you can see, we are broadcasting live from Memphis, Tennessee, right here at the historical landmark at the Lorraine Motel. Martin Luther King Jr. was an extraordinary human being who gave great prominence and hope for all African-American people. And as always, Indiana, let's take an explore on this journey with the College Trip 2019 from Inner Beauty and New Boy right here on WHNB TV 40. So I am here in Memphis, Tennessee with none other than Inner Beauty and New Boy, Crystal and Kareem Hines. They run a great organization here in the city of Indianapolis where they take the youth on college trips every year. So my first question to you is, what was it that made Memphis, Tennessee the chosen destination for this year?
Well, I have to say that the first reason is pretty selfish, is that we sent our oldest daughter, Ariane, here for college. And so she came here on a full ride scholarship to Lemoyne-Owen College. And so we really wanted to give her the opportunity to tour us. And I'll let Kareem speak a little bit more on that, of why that is so significant to us. The other reason why is because our children are missing such a big part of history. Our schools are not teaching history as they should. And so we're walking around with a generation of kids who are purposeless. They have no idea about the fight. They have no idea about all the blood, sweat, and tears that went into the freedom that we're afforded right now. And so to be able to show them these types of things, it just really expands their mind. It opens them up to the reasons why we preach that they have to do the things that they do, and why education is so important, and why being out here with the public safety concerns, are making us be more hyper vigilant about keeping them safe and keeping them out of trouble.
Absolutely. And your elaboration?
Hard to follow that, but basically our young people need to value their future, and it's really hard to value your future if you don't understand your past, where you come from. And the Memphis, Tennessee, the Lorraine Motel, the National Civil Rights Museum was a pivotal part of the civil rights movement. And like Crystal alluded to, the people that fought for these opportunities, for these young people to have education, so that they could value education and take advantage of education. They could take advantage of some of the liberties that we're afforded right now. And it's such a devaluation of life, with a lot of our young people. So we figure, instead of talking about it, we want to be about it. So what better place for us to plant that seed than at the Lorraine Motel, where one of the most prominent people of our era, of our lifetime and generations to come, Dr. King, his life ended here, but there was such a rich history prior to that, and we want them to know that.
Why would you say that it's so important, especially with the young men, the alarming rate of deaths that's happening, not only just in Indianapolis, but the country and the world as a whole with the young black men? Why is it so important that they understand the root meaning of what it is here in Memphis and what he came here for, which is I am a man?
I think the epitome of I am a man is humility. And Dr. King was that. He was a nonviolent. He preached nonviolence. So he was one of the most, if not the most powerful voice we have had as black people. And he was nonviolent. He wasn't about violence at all. He wasn't about aggression. He was about nonviolence. And here we are, I'm talking about 1968, 1960s, where this thing happened. And here we are in 2019, still commemorating him, still talking about, but he was nonviolent. He wasn't the biggest gangster, didn't carry the biggest gun, didn't sell a lick of drugs, but here we are talking about him. So it doesn't have to be about your aggression and, how many people you can kill, how many drugs you can sell. If you preach a message of humility, if you teach a message of empowerment and motivation, your legacy will be here for years to come.
An absolute last question, Crystal. What is it that you want as a whole for all the youth and the teenagers to get from these college trips that you guys take them on? The most empowering thing that you want to spread to them?
I would say the most significant thing is that they start to reproduce themselves. So as we are pouring into them and giving them these opportunities and they're traveling, we want this to catch. So don't just come on a college tour, go to college. Go to one of these colleges. I know Kareem mentioned it earlier to the kids. Go to one of the colleges that we're touring them on, or go to any college. And then when it's your turn, then we call you and say, hey, we're bringing our kids and we want to take a tour. And so I love that point of just reproducing themselves, showing other kids that there is a way. It doesn't matter what your circumstance is. You can overcome that through opportunities.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the wonderful things that you do.
Okay, guys, so we're about to go into Brownlee Hall. This is our administrative building. So when you're getting into school, this is where you'll spend the most of your time, okay? So I work in admissions, so we're also located in this building on the 3rd floor. But also in here will be the business office / fiscal office, so you can pay any fees, like an application fee or orientation fee, as well as our records department. So say, for instance, if you want to take some summer classes, you can see what's going to be offered there. By the time you graduate, you can get your final transcripts through them as well, okay? So we're going to do a quick walkthrough. Financial aid is also located in this building. So after you leave admissions, your next stop will be financial aid in the general admissions process. What was that? So financial aid is kind of the place where you send your FAFSA so they can see how much money you can get from like your Pell Grant or any scholarship information, award information, as well as that's how you get your student loans too. Okay, guys, so this is Steele Hall. It's our arts and humanities building. So if anyone's interested in majoring in like art or graphic design or music or English, this will kind of be where all of your classes would be. Okay. As I was telling one of you guys, we do have a great music program. If that was what some of you guys were interested in, we do offer scholarships for our music program as well. And you can apply for those scholarships without being a music major. So say, for instance, if you just wanted to be in concert choir or gospel choir, you can get that scholarship and all you have to do is just be a part of the choir and you can major in anything. Okay. Any questions about arts, humanities, art majors? No? Yes, so we do have a theater club as well. So, I mean, that's obviously like you can apply to be in the club, but also to be one of the prime members of the club, like president or vice president, something like that as well. And you guys are welcome to put on like improv shows, as well as plays and things like that. Okay? Yes.
What's the average salary that they make?
Who makes? Well, that kind of depends. You can do a little research on Google to kind of see what that average mean is. But of course, whatever you decide to major in, just find a job that pertains to your major, but also that you're interested in, because you would like to do something that you want to do and also make good money. I think that's what everybody kind of wants to do and why everybody goes to college in the first place. So just make sure you're doing your own research. Make sure you're talking about things with your counselor, which will be your advisor, to make sure, hey, I want to take these classes. This is what I'm looking forward to doing after college and things like that. Luckily, we do have a great career services department. And so what they basically do is help you get internship opportunities. They let you know about part-time jobs in the area. They help you build your resume, as well as teach you how to dress professionally, how to behave in an interview, kind of all those kind of things that you'll need to know going into the real world after college as well.
Hello, my name is Crystal Hines of the Inner Beauty program, where I'm the founder and president. We have been enriching and inspiring and empowering youth ages 8 to 18 since 2002. Our original purpose of the program is to have girls focus on their inner attributes in a world where the outer appearance is the focal point. We have a dynamic staff of women who are here to provide all types of programming for your young ladies, including life coaching, mentoring, tutoring, boot camps, and special events. Please stay connected with us through our website, myinnerbeautyprogram.org, our Facebook page, Inner Beauty Program Inc., and our mobile app, Inner Beauty. Thank you.
The civil justice system in the United States was developed intentionally by our founding fathers. They knew and had the wisdom to foresee that individuals would need protection from each other and from their government. They also saw and foresaw a day when they would need protection from a corporate entity, the new corporate citizen. Here at Ramey and Haley, we bring passion and experience to every file we open, every client for whom we become their lawyer.
KJI Institute for the Arts is holding auditions for newly formed dance crew, The Lotus. The Lotus is a competitive hip-hop dance crew that will compete state to state. KJI Talent Agency is now accepting singers, dancers, models, musicians, and actors. The agency is also looking for young people with unique talents. Come out for auditions on Saturday, August 10th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Lafayette Square Mall. Curly Girl Bible, your authority, guide, and blueprint to loving your curly hair, written by Charlotte D. Sloan. This book is a gem. Tired of wasting money on products you never use? Create your own personal hair care blueprint, complete with understanding of your hair type and hair condition, along with the pros and cons for your specific hair type. The Curly Girl Bible is your solution. Curly hair does not have to be misunderstood any longer. Get your copy of the Curly Girl Bible on Amazon. For more info, visit curlygirlbible.com.
This is Pastor Derek Miller, and I'm so excited about introducing you to the fruitful ministry here at Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus. I'm here with my lovely wife, Sister Valerie Miller.
Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus is a community church with the community at heart.
In 2008, I began collaborating with my bishop, Roysteen Fields Sr., on some outreach initiatives on the southeast side of Indianapolis at Bethel Park Community Center. It was here where we established Teen Nights, and the Any Youth Achievers College Tour program was also birthed out of this initiative. God saw fit for next level growth, and in 2015, the Lord opened a major door for Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus.
The mission of Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus is to dedicate our lives to proclaim the gospel message of our Lord Savior Jesus Christ through our witness, loving God's people through our service, and strengthening communities through spiritually sound doctrine.
Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus offers an effective children's church ministry with curriculum-based instruction. We also offer men, women, and teens ministries. We can be reached at 317-941-6143. Or you can find us on the World Wide Web, www.btacsouth.org.
Or download our mobile app, Bethesda South, via Google Play or the App Store.
Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus, a place of compassion,
a place of love,
a place where God is.
Buttons and Bows Nail and Hair Salon welcomes you to our new location at 6233 Allisonville Road, where we service all nationalities. We are a full nail and hair salon. Booth space available. Call 317-362-0323 for more info.
Is anybody interested in sororities or fraternities? How them grades looking? Because that's what it comes down. 4.2, okay. It's not just about, don't get me wrong, the stroll, and that's when you see us dancing in our lines and stuff. That is so fun. It's fun to have a group of people who you call your sisters. It's like an automatic group of friends, and you get it's awesome popularity when you go to parties. Everybody's looking at you, but it's work to go in there. I don't care how pretty you are, how long your hair is, how fresh your shoes are. If you don't got them grades, if you don't do community service, nobody's gonna put you in their organization at all. And it's hard to get into these organizations. It isn't just like you go say, hey, I want to be a part of this. Well, why? Because you like the color red or because you like blue and yellow? It's a lot that goes into it. And also another big thing, it's called discretion. So that means when you want to pledge a sorority or fraternity, You don't have to tell everybody. You don't have to post it on social media. You just know. And then when you get to that school, you meet those group of people. You may say, hey, I want to be a Delta. Let's say you go to this school and maybe you're like, I thought I wanted to be a Delta, but this school has some really great Zetas. You may decide you want to be a Zeta instead. So just make sure you keep an open mind and make sure you know why you're doing it. Because you don't want to join a sorority just because you want to be popular, just because you want some extra friends. So make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, because it really is a lifetime commitment.
Where will you be in 4 or 5 years? You know, what are you going to do to change the direction of your life, or what are you going to do to maintain the consistency in your life that will get you to college? What is your direction? You know, in order for us to keep this program going, we need you guys, you young people right here that are going with us, to be able to do stuff like this. We want to come to your school. We want you to provide us with a college tour, or provide the younger people, our sons and our daughters, these young people that you see we got on this tour. We need you to provide a direction, because we can't keep doing this. So everybody, I know you clicked up and you got your people you hanging with, but this right here, this tour, these walks, this experience is about who? It's about you. Some of y'all are kind of locked in, and that's great. Some of y'all are just aloof, have no clue. It's just, oh, it's too hot. And that's how you are treating your life. Oh, it's just whatever. No, it's not just whatever, because time waits for nobody. Nobody. And your friends and all that, they will not wait for you. You on your own path. So hopefully this means something to you. When you go back home, you really take this experience and change just something minor about the direction of your life. And we understand, let's not get it twisted. We know on this tour and this experience will not affect everybody. We only need to positively affect one. If one of y'all go back home and say, you know what, I want to do something different. If one of y'all go back home and say, I'm tired of living this way. If one of y'all go back home and say, you know what, nobody in my family went to college, I will be the first one. You start that. And we understand some of y'all just don't care. And that's fine. But we're going to keep on preaching it. We're going to keep on doing what we do, because if we can reach one, that's a win for us.
So how has your experience been on the Inner Beauty 2019 college trip?
It's been pretty good.
What's some things that you've seen so far that you enjoyed, or any curiosity questions that you may want to ask, like the tour guides or maybe one of your mentors? What's some curiosity questions you've had about college? Maybe they've gotten answered or not answered just yet.
Like, why does it cost so much? Or like, why do most people want to go to college?
I see. So have you thought of some things that you can do to make sure to ensure that your costs will be low if you decide to go to college? And which colleges have you thought of, in-state or out-of-state? What have you thought of so far?
I thought of some out-of-state colleges and like getting a scholarship, like with good grades and good behavior, and like sports scholarships and stuff like that.
And what is some favorite subjects that you think you might be able to do as an adult once you graduate? Have you thought that far just yet?
No, not really, but I do like science.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it. All right. So how's your experience here been for the 2019 New Boy college trip? What are your thoughts about how everything is going, and where do you plan on attending college, in-state or out-of-state?
It's going really good. I recently just got my GED, so I'm about to go to Ivy Tech, and then I'm stay there to get my welding license, or like the certificate, and then after that I'm gonna go to college out of state, because I feel like if I'm closer to the people I know, I won't get the experience and learn what I need to know.
Awesome. I heard you say you're doing some welding, so you're pretty much going to take up a good trade, I see. What would make you say that staying in state would be more beneficial than out of state for you? Because everybody has a different opinion on that. So why would you say that in state would be better for you and what you're doing?
In my opinion, in-state, like after I finish college, I'll go back to my state, because I want to be with my family. But I'm not gonna finish school if I stay in state, because I have all the stuff going on, and I have a lot on my mind to worry about.
I see. So what has this trip meant to you, to come out with your fellow brothers and just kind of have that experience just out of state as a whole? What does this trip mean to you?
I'm just here to support my fellow brothers and make sure that they get what they need. make sure that they know what they're looking for.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it.
On behalf of New Boys and Inner Beauty, we want to thank you for your hospitality and taking us on a tour today. We appreciate it.
Two claps, y'all. Two claps. Two claps. Nice. All right, everybody do a picture around it. So let's kind of talk about the filming and producing and different things like that. Yes. I know in high school, and in middle school, you had the dreams, but when did you know that it was becoming serious for you to get into the film and become an actress?
Well, for me, to be honest with you, I've always been a hustler. Matter of fact, I wrote a book about it. Okay. Every day I'm hustling. Available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Get your copy. Available on paperback. Okay, but I was waiting on tables. To be honest with you, I was struggling, or it's not struggling, but I've always been a kind of person that I didn't want anybody else to finance my dreams. So I was working at LA Pasta and Pizza, and then I had got my first job as an actress on the soap opera Generations. Okay. But I only worked a couple of days, because when you first start on a soap opera, until your character picks up, you don't get to work 5 days a week. Yeah. So I worked on the weekends, and on the weekends, back then I was making $400 in tips. So back then that was a lot of money. That was like 20 years ago. Yeah, and it was. So
things was a lot cheaper.
You're right.
A lot cheaper.
So for me, until they picked up my storyline, I was like, why should I stop working? And it wasn't until one day that someone I was waiting on, I was just like, yo, you want pepperoni with that? Yo, you want a drink with that? What's up? And she looked up at me and she said, aren't you on a soap opera? And I was like, yes, as a matter of fact, I'm on Generation. She's like, yeah, you're Maya. I was telling my girlfriend, and I remember walking away from them and going, okay, Vivica, you got to get serious. You can't do both. And so for me, that was for me. It was time for me to totally dedicate myself to being an actress, and to just, hey, go and explore other opportunities. I could do commercials and stuff, but as far as waiting on tables, it was like that was the end of that, and it was time for me to focus on building a career as an actress. My daddy had a note saying that once a chapter's over, put a period on it and turn the page. And that was when I was able to turn the page.
There we go.
How you doing, Indianapolis? I'm Joseph Barr, certified barber at Executive Cuts 2. Stop in today and receive a variety of barber cuts. I service men, women, and children. Base prices is $20, $15 for women, and $10 for kids. I'm also running specials on Tuesdays for $10 cuts. Stop in and see me at 2510 North Arlington, or you can contact me on my Facebook page, Joseph Hercules Bars, or my Instagram page, jniles_27. I hope to see you soon.
During the last 5 years, National Heritage Academies ranked in the top 25% of U.S. schools for academic growth.
I'm learning a lot.
We want you to have academic success, but we want you to have emotional success.
They teach me to be a good person.
My children feel very safe. That's why 92% of our parents recommend us.
We are in the business of producing excellent human beings. That's our legacy to the world.
Beach Grove Bible Church. Beach Grove Bible Church. Beach Grove Bible Church. Beach Grove Bible Church.
I just got the best deal on my new guitar at Sam Ash.
I always get advice I can trust.
I got it in time for my gig.
The coolest selection of music and sound gear, always at the guaranteed lowest prices. Sam Ash, the real deal. Get 0 interest financing for 24 months with your Sam Ash credit card.
Charlotte Salon, the Hair Oracle. Visit thehairoracle.com for healthy tips and hair advice. Connect with us. Allow us to empower, inspire, and serve you.
Indianapolis, you spoke and we listened. Tune in to Insight Sundays on WHMB 40 at 5 p.m. as we give you more social issues and relevant news.
Also, tune in every third Sunday where we'll be educating on health and beauty with Mommy and me, and also doing makeovers.
So tune in to Insight Sundays, November 4th on WHMB 40 at 5 p.m. Check your local listing for your TV programming. And from Insight Sundays, God bless you and your family.